everybody. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit. Mr. Crow, can you turn that up just a little bit? All right, let's see.
Love to be very quiet.
I think that's about as loud as we're going to get it, so I'll try to use a bigger voice. So welcome, everybody. Today's a special day here at Old Sawmill because today is the day we're going to have the ribbon cutting for the new Discovery Playground. And tonight at 6 o'clock, the whole community is going to be over at the park, and hopefully you can come and your moms and dads can come and we can celebrate the opening of the new Discovery Park. So can you raise your hand if you ever went to the old Discovery Park, the big wooden playground over there? Just about everybody. All right, keep your hand up if you've been to the new one already. Good. All right, you can put your hands down. You know what, boys and girls? A long time ago, everybody in this neighborhood came together long before you were born and put together the big Discovery Park, the wooden playground that we all knew a long time ago. And that lasted a long time, and a lot of kids got to use that and play on that. And then over time and the years, it finally got to the point where it just had to be taken down because it wasn't safe anymore. And it could have been left there, just left grass, nothing in its place. But thanks to a lot of people, a lot of moms and dads, and especially Mr. Crone, he was able to put together a group of people and raise a whole lot of money and involve kids from Old Sawmill and get our input and your input and decide what to bring there, what kind of climbing things, the merry-go-round, all the different things that you could play on at the park. And put all those things together, and all of you got to vote on different colors, on the different equipment. And so it's a big celebration to see that it's all there. It's a brand new park. And it's all for you, because the moms and dads and the grown-ups and the people that help contribute to the community care that much about you and the community and the kids here. So we want you to know that this is a really special park. It took a lot of work and a lot of dedication from the people in this neighborhood. And we really want you to be proud of it. We want you to take care of it. We want you to enjoy it and protect it, because it's all for you. And it's a really, really special thing. So today we've got an assembly where different people are going to talk about different parts of the park and what happened and how it was built and all that. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Crone first. And he had a son that went to Old Sawmill. And he's no longer at Old Sawmill. He's now an Eagle Scout in the Boy Scouts. And Mr. Crone might tell you a little bit about Daniel and what he's done too since he's left Old Sawmill. So he's going to tell you about the park and some things that went into creating the new park.
Okay, does anyone remember when I came out here last school year? If you remember, we showed pictures of all the neat things that we might be having in our new park. And do you remember all the screaming that took place?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mr. Wolf talked to you afterwards about how important it is when you're inside to do something called applause. And so whenever somebody says something that you like, and you're inside, you applaud. We're going to have some very important people talking to us today, so every time somebody's done saying something and he sits down, or she sits down, you'll applaud. So this is how it works. Well. Very impressed. Okay. So here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to talk to you for a little bit about what we did. Some of you were here, some of you weren't here probably, if you just moved into the neighborhood. And then we'll talk about the people that are going to be visiting with us and talking to us today. As Mr. Wolf mentioned, there was an old playground, and I remember when it was built. It was 22 years ago, a long time ago. And we actually have a couple of people that were here during that time that will be speaking to us today and talking about that. I love that old playground. It's probably many of you did too. And when I heard it was going to be taken down, I was very sad about that. And I heard that they were just going to leave it with nothing but dirt. And I said, that's not right. So I contacted the city of Columbus, which is where we live. This is the city of Columbus, where Old Sawmill is. And I asked them about that. And they told me that they were going to build a playground. It was going to be a very nice playground. And they showed me what it was going to look like. And I said, that's very nice. But we can do something maybe even better. Can we help with the playground? And they said, we'd be glad for you to work together with us. And so, as Mr. Wolf mentioned, we got you guys from Old Sawmill to vote. The LEAP class was all wearing these shirts. They helped out by picking out from 1,000 different things you might have in the playground. They picked out 30. And a lot of you guys voted for it. Probably most of you to put in your votes. And that playground out there is because of what you wanted. It's the color that you wanted. You made all those choices. And it's really important to work together. We had the city working together with the schools and with the community. And there's one person that I want to especially recognize today. And after I mention his name, and he stands up, I want you all to clap nicely. His name is Jeff Anderson, and he works for the city of Columbus. He's right over here. Jeff, would you please stand up? He's the one that called me, and he's helped us through this whole process. And there's some things I wanted to do, I really thought it'd be fun, and he said, you can't do that. It's not a good thing for the kids. It might not be safe or something like that. So I had to listen to him. Sometimes that was hard, but he knew better, just like your teachers and your parents. He knew better than I did, so I went ahead with what he said. And so now I've got a really nice and safe park for you guys to play in. Jeff, thank you so much. You're a wonderful fellow, and it's been great working with you. Now, as you know, we did the voting. How many of you voted for the new park? Wow, most of you were doing that. And all these kids in the green shirts up front, they were in the LEAP class. Would you kids stand up, please? I'd like to have all the LEAP kids vote. Why don't you come a little closer? I'd like to have a photo of all the kids with the green shirts. Let's get you a little closer, like a lot closer, boys, on the end. Come on. 2 or 3 rows. Let's move in. Gotta get the go. We're going to just get a nice little picture here while I talk a little bit more about some other things. How's that look? All right, go right ahead, Mr. Burke. Great. Thank you, LEAP kids. Let's give them another round of applause for their help. That's great. Thank you for that. Now, there's another important thing that I learned from this experience, and that's the importance of volunteering. You know, I'm the president of the Discovery Playground. You know, how many of you voted for me? No, that's nice. None of you voted for me, because there wasn't a vote. As a matter of fact, I just saw that there was a need for a playground. And I said, someone's got to take charge here and make sure we have a really neat playground for our kids. And I said, this is a good idea. Who wants to follow me? And we had a lot of people. The adults that are wearing these shirts today are the people that followed me. And I want to talk about 2 people very specifically. Kevin and Amy Cowan, would you come forward, please? You know Mr. Cowan. Is the one that developed our website that we have. I had no idea how to do that. I said, who can do a website? He said, I can do a website. It's a beautiful website. He told me how we could get money through the internet, where people would pay on the internet. He set that all up for us. I had some brilliant ideas, I thought, just like when I was talking to Mr. Anderson. And as I was talking to Mrs. Cowan about them, she said, you know, that's not that good of an idea. Why don't we do this or that? She was kind of like our creative director. There were always better ideas than I had. She drew this little logo that we have. Isn't that neat? Why don't you give her a hand for... often, and they'd look out the window and they'd say, yeah, the space world is still spinning, but we'd have our meetings. They're wonderful people, and so grateful for them. Thank you, Kevin and Amy, Mr. and Mrs. Cowan, for your efforts to volunteer. You can have a seat now. Great people. There's a lot of other people. We'll talk about them tonight, too, but I just want to tell you that we're not done with the playground. We've got more to do. There's some bricks on the other side of the playground that were put in 22 years ago. And next year, we're going to move those a little closer to the school, and other people are buying bricks now. We're going to have a beautiful little brick patio on the path that goes from the school to the playground. We're going to build some benches and some tables so your parents and grandparents can sit while you kids are having fun out on the playground. Plant some more trees, and maybe get some more fun stuff out there. This is not a one-time thing. We're going to keep working on this stuff. Let me tell you why. I'm going to talk about this more tonight, and I hope that you'll all tell your parents who've got to come to the playground tonight at 6 o'clock. Bring your chairs or your picnic blankets or something. Bring your dinner. Sit down and you'll hear why we did this. Let me tell you why I did this. It's because I believe in being anxiously engaged. That means I really think it's important to be involved in things. And you, each one of you, doesn't matter if you're in kindergarten or 5th grade or wherever you are, each of you can be actively engaged in good things too. But, here's a but, listen carefully, here's a but. You can do great things, but not if you're always watching TV or playing on Facebook or texting your friends or playing video games. Now those things are all okay, but it's really important for you to get out and about. And so I'm going to ask you to remember 3 things from my talk today. These 3, can you remember 3 things? Can everyone hold up 3 fingers? Okay, these are the 3 things I want you to do as elementary school kids. I want you to play. Is that cool? Not play video games all the time. I want you to go to that playground and play. Get on your bike. Ride around. Get physically fit. Play board games. Get out and play. Number 2, I want you to read. That has nothing at all to do with the playground. But a lot of us just look at stuff now. We don't read. So if you're just sitting around, get a book out and read that book. And number 3, I want you to help out. Every one of you, even the youngest child here, can help at home. Clean the dishes, help maybe rake the leaves. When you see somebody that has a need, like I just saw that we need to get a playground, so I said, I'll do that. When you see somebody maybe needs to have their snow shoveled in their driveway, or if they need their leaves raked, or they need their cat to be walked, or whatever, you know, you just help them out. So play, read, and help out. Now tonight, we're going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony at 6 o'clock, and I've got an envelope here with the names of all these kids who are in the LEAP class. All your names are in here. We're going to pick out one of your names, and you're going to get the big scissors. Did you bring those, Mr. Did you bring? Mr. Anderson's got some big scissors for the ribbon cutting. And every one of you is going to get a scissors, but only one is going to get the big one. So come to be able to see that. Again, kids, remember, play, read, and help out. Great. Now I'm going to turn the time over to Mrs. DeSilvestro, who was our LEAP teacher. She'll say a few words. After that, Mr. Craig Neal will speak to us. He's the manager of the Kroger Sawmill. They really gave a lot of money for our playground. Another reason we've got the Space World. Would you like to applaud for having a Space World? That's will speak to us. He's the Deputy Chief of Police in the whole city of Columbus. He's come to talk to you. Finally, Alan McKnight, who's in charge of all of the parks and all of the city of Columbus, will talk to us. So we'll go in that order.
Thank you, Mr. Crone. Today, we celebrate the collaborative efforts of both the city and the neighborhood community and officially open our new playground. I am so very proud of the community we live in and the openness to recognize the importance to include Old Sawmill and Granby students in the decision-making and the planning of this playground. Leadership skills and persuasive writing are common core standards for our students. It was Gavin Smith who wrote to our Civic Association president, Mr. Bunner, asking him to allow students to have a say in the building of Discovery Playground. I want to thank Mr. Bunner for acknowledging the need to have students' views on the steering committee, the colors of the playground, some of the elements that are out there in the equipment would not have been chosen without our student involvement. Gavin Smith said to me, Mrs. DeSilvestro, I guess students can make a difference. Gavin, do you remember when you said that? Yeah. And I'm here to answer and to say to you all, yes, both adults and children can make a difference in our community. It does not matter how old you are, or it doesn't matter what your talents are. By getting involved and working together, we can make a positive difference in our community and society in which we live and work. For me, seeing real-life application of skills taught in the classroom is the most rewarding experience a teacher could possibly have. Thank you, Mr. Crone, for your vision to include our students. Thank you, Kroger's and so many other businesses for making it possible. Mr. and Mrs. Cowan, we appreciate all that you've done. And students of OSE and Davis Middle School, may this just be the beginning of your making a difference in our world.
Good afternoon. How's everyone doing today? Can I get a round of applause for everyone that likes Kroger? How about a round of applause for everyone that likes Space World? Well, I recognize many faces in this audience. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Craig Neal, and I'm one of the managers at the Kroger Sawmill store. When we were asked if there was anything we would like to say at this ceremony, there was no way I could pass this up. To give back to a community that I grew up in, a community that my family still calls home, and a place where many of our associates, many of our customers, and many of our kids resided is once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. To be able to pay tribute to the old playground that Bruce McCauley, our division president, helped build, that my father and I helped build. But to also welcome a beautiful brand new playground that my daughter and I can enjoy is truly amazing. So on behalf of your Kroger family, thank you for asking us to be a part of this special day and allowing us to give back to a community that we call home. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me to share with the community this success. The playground encompasses the efforts of more than 1,200 volunteers and the support of local businesses like Kroger and our city officials working in partnership to rebuild this playground. It will serve our community into the future, promoting outdoor activities, fitness, and social interactions among our children and parents. My name is Tom Quinlan. I'm the Patrol Deputy Chief of Police, assigned to oversee the police officers and the community liaison officers that patrol this area around the playground in your neighborhoods. I welcome the invitation here today to participate in this dedication ceremony. What I have learned about this project, beyond all the community and city leaders' involvement, is that the students who will play here actually shared in the design of this playground. The example being set by the teachers, parents, schools, and businesses to involve the children in the planning process is a valued lesson in community service. Thank you for all who raised money for this playground, making it a reality. Your efforts and example of selfless dedication to the community and our children are superior models of the very behaviors we hope all of our children replicate. Congratulations on a job well done, and thank you for allowing me to share this dedication ceremony with all of you. Good afternoon.
We've got about 240 of them scattered all over the city. Playgrounds, schools, rec centers, like that. So we have a lot to take care of. This is a great project. A lot of times we go out and we'll talk to folks about parks, we'll talk about playgrounds, and they'll say, hey, that's a great park you've got over there. That's a great playground you've got. You know which ones they point to? They point to the parks and playgrounds that folks like you are involved in. The best parks we have are the ones where the community is involved. Folks like Mr. Crone, Mr. Cowan, come together to raise the dollars, to help get community involvement, to get students involved, have you helped pick out the playground. Those are the best playgrounds we have out there. So we want you to enjoy this, to continue to have a good time out here. I'm also going to give you a little bit of work to do. I want you to help us take care of this playground. So not only it'll be there for you, if you've got younger brothers and sisters, and other folks that move into the neighborhood in the next few years that are younger than you, this playground needs to be here. We want it to be here for many years to support a lot of folks over the years. I've been with the department long enough so that I remember when the first playground was built out here. In fact, I was out there volunteering as well to help build that playground. It was here 22 years. We want this playground to last that long, if not longer. So we're asking you to help take care of it as well. So please help us in that effort. And again, I want to thank all the folks that have been so involved in this, the companies, brokers, the folks in the community, the teachers, the parents that worked so hard to raise the dollars to help build this playground. It's a tribute to the neighborhood. And again, the best parts we have are the ones where the community is so involved. We appreciate everything you've done. Look forward to helping you with this part of the playground as you add to it over the years. We'll make sure Jeff stays involved here with you. He's a great guy, did a great job with this project here, and look forward to working with you for many, many years to come. So thank you for all you've done. Enjoy the playground, and we'll see you out on the playground over the course of the year. Thank you.
All right. Well, I want to do one more thing before we go. As Mr. McKnight mentioned, and some other people have mentioned, there were people that were here 22 years ago who helped build the original Discovery Playground. And for those of you who were here, would you please come forward and stand right in front of this podium? Mr. McKnight, that first would be you. First would be you, Craig. Come on forward. There's a few of you. There's not a lot left because a lot of people move and things like that. Look at that. We just got 4 in our audience. We'll have more, I'm sure, tonight. But let's give a big round of applause. We have much to be grateful for. Thank you very much. Boys and girls, do you remember that I talked to you just a few minutes ago about 3 things I wanted you to remember to do? Play, read, and help out. Make sure you go home and tell your parents about that tonight. Tell them about the big ribbon cutting. The playground's going to be closed tonight from about 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock while we put the ribbon up. So if you want to play with it, do that until about 5 o'clock, then go home, get something to eat, come back to the playground at 5 o'clock. I'm going to turn the time over now to Mr. Wolf to be able to dismiss you. But I want to, as he's coming up here, I just want to say one more thing. I'm a dad, and I'm a grandpa too. And this playground is not just a dream for you, but it's a dream for me. It's a dream that's come true because you're our future. Go through a time when the people that helped 22 years ago will all be gone. And all the people that help now will all be gone. Guess who's going to be in charge? You guys. You guys are. We love you. We love you. Your parents love you. Your teachers love you. Mr. Wolf loves you. We want you to have the very best opportunities to succeed in life. And a playground's a little bit we can do, but it's all we can do for now. It's what we'll do for you. We'll keep loving you. Good luck doing those important 3 things. And thank you very much for all you've done to make the playground a success.
Thank you very much for being a great audience today. I also want to thank Dr. Deagle, who's the new principal at Davis Middle School, and for bringing over a lot of the kids from Davis that were here last year. So thank you very much for your attention today. We're going to dismiss kindergarten first, so kindergartners, if you'd like to stand up, we'll dismiss kindergarten first.